My name is Michael, and my art practice is based on the experience of the Vietnamese diaspora in Little Saigon in California. And I wanted to explore how my family, as well as my neighbors and the people in our community, how they've adapted to bringing back Vietnam into the California landscape. And you can see a lot of that in like the neighborhoods and the garden and the street vendors. So I wanted to tackle that in a first person perspective and experiencing it for like all of my life. Okay, so I see my work with relating to the community in that I am able to introspectively look into my neighbors' lives and my family's lives in the way that they garden or the way that they take care of their surroundings, and also how their mental health can sometimes affect their surrounding as well. So with the like escaping of the war and picking up and leaving their home, there's a lot of that separation of having a permanence in their lives. So you often see a lot of container plants when it's like fruit trees that need to be planted into the ground because they feel like they wouldn't stay here long term. And even after they've been here for like decades, they always have that fear of having to need to pick up and go. So I see a lot of that in the gardens, and I thought it was really interesting to kind of bring that into some of my pieces too. I would say that the younger generation definitely experienced the traditions of like our parents, and then the adaptation of it was kind of like it was a little bit like I feel like it was lost in translation due to either cultural loss or language barriers, so that we turned it into something more comfortable, familiar, but there's definitely still a loss. So I guess it's like we pick and choose the part that makes it feel like there's still the tenderness of our parents, but separating from what they actually gave to us because we don't have that solid relationship with Vietnam being born here. So I would say that the tradition and the care, it's definitely not the same. It has this emptiness to it, but we kind of like honed in on the most important part, which is like um the love of our parents and the older generation. So, with the materials that I use in my work, I found that it related to the diaspora and the community with kind of like I envisioned it like a photo book, a book of memories and pictures and collaging. So with my work, I instead of just working directly onto the canvas, I separately cut out pieces on a different canvas and then adhered it with adhesive and sewing, which is also like a really big part of the Vietnamese community here because my parents were both seamstress for like pretty much my whole life. My mom retired, but my dad is still doing it. And that has always kind of been like the way that they had made friends through work. And so that is kind of like the idea of the community to it, as well as the memories that are really dear to the community.